some help.
My wife needs this surgery.
This is real life.
How's that right? You put your life down on the line for this country, you leave your family, your home. How much do you need?
231.
How about more?
Gentlemen, how are you doing today?
Doing all right, man. Yourself?
Really, really good. Such a pleasure to talk to you both. Right off the bat, I think it's fair to say Michael Bay is kind of like the king of the ultimate like Friday night action movie. And I think Ambulance will soon become like part of that, where everyone's going to be like, I'm going to turn it on and have fun on a Friday evening. But what for both of you would be like your best sitting in on a Friday night and just watching stuff explode kind of movie?
I like Tropic Thunder. There were some explosions in Tropic Thunder. It's like a lot of comedy, really good actors, just not taking themselves seriously while at the same time taking their craft seriously. You know, a lot of explosions. That's a movie that I could watch like over and over and over again for sure.
I love True Lies.
Oh yeah.
That's a great one.
Yeah,
that's a class pick. There is Michael Bay is one of those directors who you can almost tell immediately it's his film just by some of the shot compositions. And there's one kind of early in this where, Jake, you're convincing Yahya's character to take part in this heist, and the camera is revolving and the lights, and I was like, this is such a fantastic example of a Michael Bay shot. When you're in like such an iconic kind of setup, are you aware of like, I know how this is going to look because this is Bay at his best, I guess?
It's funny, we had to be taught how to walk in that spinning shot. You know, that was like a dolly track that he sets up and he spins around and he does all these zooms and he's moving around and all this stuff. And we had to figure out how to talk. And he was sort of telling us, you can walk in reverse, you can walk around. And so remember that?
Yeah, I do.
That is a dance of all the shots that he does. That's definitely deep choreography there. Yeah.
There, I guess like from the outside in, there is like a perception of what it must be like to work on a Michael Bay movie, because there's an idea that it can get quite intense and it's very physical, and he does a lot of stuff in camera. And Jake, like you're friends with Ryan Reynolds and he has just done Six Underground, like, and Yahya as well. Like, you must be aware of his filmography and knowing how big and physical these films are. Like, do you go into that with a different mindset, knowing this is going to be kind of a different action setup to maybe what a regular action movie might be?
There is an acknowledgement that when he is filming, you know, he likes things to feel alive. Everything is prepared, everything is thought of, but he's done it so much that he wants to generate the right energy, you know? And so, you know, the whole movie doesn't feel any different from other, you know, action sequences. The scenes we're shooting are the same. So when you're in a rhythm of shooting with him, it's all sort of the same. I think it's like the acting scenes are very similar to the action scenes.
Yep.
And sometimes in this one, we were jumping out to do an action scene and then jumping back in immediately and doing an acting scene, you know, all constantly going, you know, in and out of both things.
Yeah, and we could, you know, you can mirror Michael's energy. You know, the energy, whatever the energy of the scene is, that's where his energy is going to be. And he's always boiling. You know, the pot is always boiling. Sometimes it's boiling really high. Sometimes it's simmering. But there's not, you know, there's an intensity to simmering, you know, that calls for that forward energy at the same time too.
Like, from watching it, I was feeling a lot of nods to some classics. Like, obviously you can't not get a feeling of speed in this movie. And then there's the scene at the start, which was quite reminiscent to Heat, because you have a fantastic high-powered shootout in the middle of Los Angeles. But for that scene in particular, did you get to do much, I guess, training with the weaponry? Like, what do you get to go to target ranges and have a go at seeing how good everyone is at, you know, using those kind of high damage weaponry?
I've personally had a lot of experience in training with weapons and weapon safety. And so we didn't do training for this specifically for that. I think
we did. I mean, we did. We talked safety, you know, for sure. But likewise, I had done a number of films that require, you know, that type of particular training. So whenever we did come in and do those scenes, it was really about the conversation of the story, about the conversation of how we were going to execute You know, obviously the best way is to be safe and to make it look realistic and things like that. But at that point, you know, we were both prepared enough to where we could have a conversation about execution, and then going out and really deliver from there.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, gentlemen, for your time today.
Thank
Yeah,
you too.
Thank you.
Gotta get back to my wife and my son.
Does your wife know you're Rob Banks?
We're not the bad guys. We're just the guys trying to get home.
We don't get to walk off into the sunset.
Danny, everybody knows how dangerous you are.
Do you? You get your helos out of here now!
I'm gonna get you back home, little brother. I'm gonna get everybody home.